What is up, F and True followers and wrestling fans? You are watching the F and brand of wrestling and entertainment here on YouTube.com. My name is JC Styles, and I am back with the Monday Night Raw review for April 8th, 2013. Had a really good fallout after WrestleMania last night. I'm going to get right into it. Start off the night with John Cena coming out with the WWE Championship, talking about his match with The Rock. Talks about how he overcame the odds and got his redemption, and says that The Rock is not there tonight because the fact is that Rock suffered an injury during his match with John Cena at WrestleMania. Then Mark Henry comes out after John Cena says that he's going to make his very first title defense tonight on Raw. Mark Henry comes out and says that he wants a piece of John Cena because they both won their matches last night at WrestleMania. Then Booker T comes out and says that if Mark Henry can beat John Cena tonight in a non-title match, then he will grant Mark Henry a chance to become WWE Champion at a later date. We then see Big E Langston pick up a win over Daniel Bryan, which was a pretty good match. I like the fact is that they're going to start putting Big E in the ring more now, since he did really great last night at WrestleMania. We then go into the Intercontinental Championship rematch from the WrestleMania pre-show when Wade Barrett defeated The Miz to regain the Intercontinental Championship. Now, last night at the pre-show, during my review, I really questioned this choice by the WWE. Why put the title on The Miz and, basically making Wade Barrett's Intercontinental Championship run irrelevant? We then see Wade Barrett pick up the win again, and this match was better than last night's match. I honestly think it was. Last night's match seemed rushed. It seemed a little rushed. It was really slow, too. But tonight's match was really great. I was really into it. I like the fact that we got to see a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship, and Wade Barrett got back what was rightfully his. We then see Brad Maddox backstage talking with Vicky Guerrero. Sheamus walks in and says he wants the Big Show tonight. Vicky and Brad give it to him. Then Orton winds up catching up with Booker T later in the night, asking Booker the saying he wants Show, and that Booker goes on to say that, well, Vicky already gave Sheamus Big Show tonight. And then Randy Orton turns around and says, well, come on, Booker, you're the actual general manager. You can overturn that. You can overturn Vicky's decision. So he gives Randy Orton a match against the Big Show. We then go into a 2-on-1 handicap match, which this was really interesting. We see Alberto Del Rio get his leg worked, which caused him... well, before I get into that, we see this match get really worked. This feud between Swagger and Del Rio was actually pretty interesting to see. We then see Swagger locking the Patriot Act several times. Then we see that Alberto Del Rio is unable to stand on his left leg. Then he locks in the armbar, and when he's getting checked out by the medical trainers, Dolph Ziggler comes out, cashes in his Money in the Bank, and wins the World Heavyweight title. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion in Dolph Ziggler, the show-off. Now, I understand why they didn't do it last night, because they figured with as big of a show as WrestleMania was, they wanted to give something for the fans tonight, and the fans were really electric tonight in Jersey at the Izod Center, and I'll tell you why in just moments. We then see R-Truth, Santino, and Zack Ryder defeat three-man band. I'm not really going to talk about that match. We then see Orton and Sheamus in the ring arguing. See them backstage arguing on who's going to face a Big Show. We then see this carry out to the ring later in the night, and then we find out that these two will compete in a match and will get Big Show next week. We then see Big Show's post-WrestleMania interview, and he talked about how he's going to go back to just caring about one thing and one thing only, and that is the Big Show. We then see Sheamus versus Randy Orton, and we got some really interesting chants. We got Ole, Ole, Ole chants, EC Dub chants, JBL chants, Michael Cole chants, Randy Savage chants, and there's rumors going around that RVD signed a 2-year contract with the WWE, And it was really interesting that the fans were really on fire during this match. The Big Show winds up coming out and attacking both Sheamus and Orton. The fans really into this segment, chanting one more time, one more time. Really chanting along with the Big Show to hurt Orton some more. We then go into Fandango versus Kofi Kingston, which Jericho wound up attacking Fandango, and Fandango wound up picking him the win by DQ. We then see footage of Triple H getting checked out by the medical examiner last night at MetLife Stadium to see if he had any problems with his one arm, and he was got a clean bill of health. It was just, overextension of the elbow and the arm and everything like that. So Triple H is at good health, even though that he got his ass kicked pretty much all the match last night. Then we see a Paul Heyman interview and says that Brock Lesnar is looking for a fight, and we don't get to see Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar doesn't wrestle and fight for free. He then says that Punk is going to be here next week to give his thoughts and why he's upset after his match against The Undertaker. We then go into what was supposed to be on last night's card, the Funkadactyls and Tons of Funk taking on Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bellas. We wind up seeing Tons of Funk defeat Team Rhodes Scholars and the Bellas. It was a decent match. We then go into the main event of the night. We see John Cena defeat Mark Henry by countout. Mark Henry then begins the attack on John Cena. Then Ryback comes out and makes the save. And as Cena is walking around the ring and, celebrating with the fans, Ryback hits him with the big meat hook clothesline and then shell shocks John Cena. And the way we end the show is Ryback is holding up the WWE Championship. Now, there has been talks post-WrestleMania that we were possibly see a John Cena versus Ryback feud. So I'm really interested in seeing how this is going to work out. I wonder if they're going to turn Cena heel with this feud or they're going to turn Ryback heel with this feud. And, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time tonight. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. We have a new Intercontinental Champion and World Heavyweight Champion in Wade Barrett and Dolph Ziggler. Let me know your thoughts and opinions and what you thought of Monday Night Raw. I thought tonight's Raw was pretty good and on fire. Let me know your input. Leave your comments in the comment box below. I'm JC Styles, and I will catch you later.